Hey guys, today I'm going to be giving you New Year's resolution ideas for the year 2023. I'm going to be sharing with you guys 15 plus of some good ideas to incorporate into your New Year's resolutions. Of course, your New Year's resolution list is all up to you. These are really good things to add into any person's routine or year. The first thing on my list is start a reading list. So if you don't usually read, or even if you do, set a certain amount of books that you want to read by the end of the year. These can be specific books, or it could just be a number of books. So you could say 12 books a year, so that's one book a month. Or if you're really into reading books, you could say like 50 books a year, 25 books a year. It's really up to you. But reading is a really good thing to have in your corner. It's relaxing. It's a kind of a form of self-care, if you will. And it overall just helps your brain health. So just reading is an amazing thing to add to your New Year's resolutions. The second one is care more for the environment and be more environmentally cautious. So maybe if you have the opportunity to use a environmentally friendly bottle over a plastic bottle, then you should maybe choose that one and try to think about it more. And you can even just like do research on different ways that you can help the environment with just like simple tasks that you do anyway. So just become more environmentally conscious. I personally feel as though everyone should put this on their New Year's resolution list. Next thing is start a new hobby. Obviously, I feel like this is on everybody's New Year's resolution list if they don't already have all these different hobbies. But like I said earlier, reading, you can try dance classes, maybe try to like learn how to sew or knit or things like that. Just try to start something new that you don't usually do, or maybe something that you wanted to try for a long time but you haven't really gotten a chance to. Start it this year. Also, I'd like to remind you guys at the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys tips on exactly how to achieve these goals to make sure that they are set the way you want them to be set, and also how to achieve them, like every single one. Anyway, the next thing is complete 3 things off your bucket list, or you can even complete like 4 or maybe 1 if your bucket list is super short. But I know a lot of people have bucket lists of things they want to do before they die, or things they want to do before 50 or before 18 and stuff like that. So it's a really cool idea to complete a certain amount of things on your bucket list before the end of the year, because I feel like a lot of people forget about their bucket list and they're like, oh, I have all this time. You created the bucket list because it's things that you want to do, so why not just do them now? Learn a new language. This one is definitely on the harder side. Learning a new language is extremely tough. I've tried it. But I feel like if you have a lot of time and you're trying to, again, learn a new hobby and stuff like that, learning a new language would be really cool, and it's always something nice to have up your sleeve. And I feel like it's nothing bad that can come out of learning a new language, and it's a really cool kind of like party trick too. I don't know, I feel like it will be a fun thing to learn. And the next one is wake up earlier and go to sleep earlier. This, again, is just a given on New Year's resolution list because it's just something that everyone wants to do better. I know for me, I really enjoy waking up early, which isn't like popular, but I personally like waking up early. So going to sleep early the night before is really something important to me. When you wake up early, I promise it makes you so much more productive, and by the end of the day, you're not like rushing to get things done. You can wind down easily, which helps you to fall asleep earlier, which I can do a whole video on going to sleep earlier and stuff like that. But that's, I feel like, a really cool thing to add to your New Year's resolution list. And again, I'll give you more tips and stuff like that on how to complete this stuff at the end of the video. The next one is give to a charity at least once a month, or you can do more or less. But I personally like giving to charities. I feel like it's very valuable and something that should become like a part of your monthly routine. Even if it's not nothing big, maybe you could just go give like a pack of socks to a homeless shelter, or donate like $5 to an animal shelter. It's really that easy, and I know there's like things that you can do where you pay a certain amount a month towards an animal shelter or a food shelter or anything like that, and they'll send you like a free shirt and stuff like that. Like simple things like that could really just not only elevate your life and your self-esteem and stuff like that, but also you're helping other people and animals and things like that. So very exciting thing to add to your New Year's resolution list. The next thing is try a new money saving method. I know this can be pretty tough, but there are so many different money saving methods that you can find on YouTube, Pinterest, now TikTok and Instagram. There's so many people that dedicate their entire like social media accounts to finding different ways to save you money and ways for you to even make money. So just find like a new money saving method. I know I tried to do this, so it's a really good thing if you're trying to save money next year. Try a new one, or maybe do some research on like the most successful money saving methods. Another given for New Year's resolutions, but exercise 3 times a week, or you can do 4 or 5 times a week. again, these New Year's resolutions are yours, so it's really no exact things. And I know I said I would do tips at the end of the video, but for this one specifically, you don't have to exercise 3 times a week the first week of January and the last week of December. Like, you don't have to do that. You can maybe say, I'm going to exercise for 10 minutes the first week of January, but by the end of the year, I want to be exercising 4 times a week. And you can just work your way up to exercising 4 times a week, so you don't have to start it immediately at the beginning of the year, because that can kind of burn you out by like the end of the January. And then that's why a lot of people don't finish their New Year resolutions, because they forget about it by like the end of February, and that's like not cool, man. It's not cool. Create a morning or night routine. This is so helpful, especially if you struggle with like rushing all the time, or you don't wake up early and you have trouble like forgetting things like that. Sit down, write down a routine, and write down everything that you need to get done, and it will really help you, because I know I don't have a really set night routine, but my morning routine, I try to keep the same every morning so I can just flow into it. I wake up and I know exactly what I need to get done. And if you want to check out my morning routine video, I have the last one that I posted. I'll put it right here and I'll link it in the description. I also did a night routine video, even though that one's kind of like scattered around because not every night is the same, but for the most part every morning is the same. The next thing is prioritize breakfast. That goes along with like your morning routine, but you'd be surprised how many people like don't eat breakfast, or they eat breakfast super late, or they have a really unhealthy breakfast. And prioritize breakfast. Maybe sit down and write down like 10 things that you could eat for breakfast, and ideas and ways that you can incorporate that into your morning routine, because a lot of people, they say like, I don't have time for breakfast. But that means you need to wake up a little earlier, because you gotta prioritize breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. And the next thing is find something new to do in your area. It doesn't matter where you are, there's always something different that you can be doing. And that's something I gotta constantly remind myself, because I'm a hater of the area I am in. And there's a lot of cool things to do in my area, really. I don't know, I feel like when you're living somewhere, you're thinking about all the different places outside of where you're living that you could like go and be doing, but really there's a lot of things that you could do in your area. So maybe just find new things in your area to do and have fun with, and maybe you can invite some people that live in your area. Next thing is try a fitness class. These are so much fun, like especially if you're trying to work out more. This is an easy way to get your exercising done, especially when you sign up for like a weekly fitness class. And there are so many different fitness classes. There's Zumba, aerobics, indoor cycling, Pilates, and all different types of fitness classes that you can try. So many different types, and you're getting your workout in for each week by doing this. The next one, it can sound kind of weird to some people, but it's get into new movies. Some people, they feel like movies are a waste of time and stuff like that, which I was definitely one of those people. I was like, why would I sit down for 2.5 hours to watch a screen when I could be doing something else productive? But getting into movies is like one of the best things that I learned over the pandemic, because like especially now, movies that are coming out in like 2025, 2026 are being announced now. So like look at the movie slate of like 2023 and check out the new trailers. Like turn on your notifications on YouTube for like movie trailers, and it's really exciting to look at the different trailers and see what movies you want to see in 2023. I know I did this the last couple of years, and I've been totally obsessed with like seeing the new movies come out and stuff like that, when I was never really a movie person. But it definitely gives you something new to look forward to, like every month, every week. There's always something new coming out, and I really like looking at the trailers and getting excited for movies. Even if there's nothing else that's special like going on, there's nothing to look forward to, you can look forward to a movie, which is really cool. The next one is start taking vitamins, or if you already take vitamins, start taking them consistently. I know a lot of people who take vitamins, they don't take them every single day, which they should. And if you don't take vitamins anyway, maybe you're trying to like grow your hair or your nails, you can get some hair, skin, and nail vitamins. And like maybe you're low on your vitamins and your doctor told you you're low on vitamins, and you know you should be taking vitamins, just take them. Do some research on them and really find the ones that will work for you. The next one is switch up your style. This one can become very exciting. A lot of people, they say like, I don't have the clothes to switch up my style, or I don't have the time, or I don't really want to, like I'm just not good at styling. And just take all those mindsets and throw them out the door. There are so many like basics that you have in your closet that you can look up online and see how to style. Like if you have a jacket, a shirt, and pants, there's so many different ways that you can style just that. And I feel like you should really prioritize like your style and stuff like that, because it makes you get excited kind of to wake up and again setting that routine and continuously building and working up to something. And maybe you want to start like taking pictures of your outfits and posting them online, but that's really if you want to. But just upgrading your style is always something really cool to add to your New Year's resolution list. And the last thing is journaling. I know a lot of people say like, oh, I've tried journaling, it just doesn't work for me. And a lot of people, they try to like start journaling like every single day when they start, and that's not it. Like I don't journal every day, but I still love journaling. And I feel like the reason I love journaling is because I don't force myself to do it every day. I kind of just find different styles that I like you can get a journaling book where there are specific prompts, or journaling books where there are different prompts for each day. You can find journaling prompts online, or you can find just a clear journal where you can just write out your thoughts. Writing out your thoughts is so therapeutic. I'm sorry. Like if you've never really tried it, like don't think too hard about it and just write whatever comes to your mind. It's very clearing to the mind, honestly. And that is it. I'm going to go into with the tips for making sure that you have set the correct goals for 2023 and that you have set yourself up to win and complete these goals. The first thing you can do to really complete these goals is set monthly goals. So when you're making your New Year's resolution list, set where you want to be for each month. So maybe by the end of January, if you said you want to exercise a certain amount of time a week, say by the end of January, I want to be exercising for 30 minutes a week. Or the end of July, I want to be exercising for 60 minutes a week. And it's just slow baby steps that really set you up for a win at the end of the year. And I know this goes along with the next thing which I'm gonna say. Set reminders for yourself to complete your New Year's resolutions. A lot of people, they forget about them like the first month, and you cannot do that if you want to actually complete them. So I leave reminders for myself every month. I make sure I'm constantly looking at my notes app, and I set reminders in my phone and in my calendar and stuff like that to like look over my New Year's resolutions and make sure I'm checking off those things. And that's what I've really done of the year 2022 to help me complete my New Year's goals, because now it's the end of the year and I realized like I've completed mostly everything on my list. And that's a great feeling, because usually I set my New Year's resolution list and complete like maybe one thing. But this year, I think I've only left like one or two things off, which is a really good feeling. And that's why I wanted to be pushed to make this video to help you guys be able to do that. And that leads me to the next one, which is surround yourself with people who have the same goals as you, or they have goals that they're also pushing themselves to complete. This surrounds you in a good mindset and positivity where you know that you're gonna complete these goals and they got your back. So that also means finding friends that will hold you accountable to your goals. So tell your friends your goals. And you can tell your family your goals so they can really hold you accountable. I feel like when I tell somebody something that I have to do it. And I know everyone doesn't feel that way, but I personally feel like if I tell somebody that I'm gonna exercise 3 times a week, now I have to do it, because what if they ask me, are you exercising 3 times a week? I wanna be able to say I am. Like, that's just how I am. So find friends who will hold you accountable to your goals and where you can hold them accountable to their goals. Next thing is start slow. Like I said earlier with the setting monthly goals, set small goals that will help you overall complete your New Year goal. So you do not have to start off. I keep using the exercising one because that's like the most that people put on their New Year's resolution list is to exercise more. And I feel like they're like, oh, I'm gonna exercise 4 times a week, so I'm gonna start January by exercising 4 times a week. You do not have to do that. You can start slow with exercising maybe 1 time a week, or just exercising for 10 minutes and slowly build your way up with those monthly goals to where the end of December you're exercising 4, maybe 5 times a week. The next thing is don't let your days become repetitive, because when you do this, it gets very easy to fall into a slump and to slow down on your goals and really lose your positive mindset and your work ethic. Like, make every day different. If you know that every day you get up for work, you do your morning routine, as you should, or you get up for school and you go and you read a book or do homework, and then you watch TV and you go to sleep. You know, you do that every single day. Try to do something to spice it up. Maybe say you're gonna go out with your friends one night, or maybe the next day you want to wake up and go for like a sunrise walk. And then there's a different day. Sometimes maybe you want to spice up your living space and you want to put up some pictures around your house. But there is just the small things like that that make you have something to look forward to, and to not help you fall into a slump and just slowly falling back and becoming comfortable. And the last thing is, of course, don't give up on your goals. If it is January and you're not exercising 4 times a week, it is not that deep, I promise. Don't give up, because I had a bad tendency of forgetting by the end of the year. I was like, oh, it's September, I really can't complete my goals now. Do not think like that. Like, that is a horrible mindset. Like, I know this entire year, because I've been setting my monthly goals and my smaller goals and setting those reminders and stuff like that, I've actually completed everything on my list. Well, almost everything on my list. And it's because I didn't give up. Like, I didn't give up in July because I wasn't halfway through my goal. And I feel like that's something that people honestly forget about. They either forget about the goal, or they give up on it, or they just become lazy. Don't become lazy this year. Laziness is not for 2023, you know? But yeah, that is everything on my list. I hope I helped you out with this video. I hope you got a lot of ideas. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll definitely answer. If you made it to this one in the video, comment this emoji. And if you want to see more of me, check out my social medias in the description. And if you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.